Okay, I hope you can hear me okay. Um, this is a short explanatory video on what happens when you change your price as a pre-applied tutor. Now, we got a problem that when you change your price, it's a really difficult thing to change your price for all your students. So first of all, what's going to happen is if you change your price on your profile, which you'll have to do as you get more popular, as you get more students, it doesn't change your old students' prices at all. So I really like this because I value my old students and think that loyalty is important. So my students who have been with me for 6 months or a year, I want to keep their price low because they want to pay like my discounted price. But then as I get more and more popular, you have to raise your price up to stop the inflow of students. Then you have a choice. You can either block your profile, hide your profile, or you can raise your price. And I suggest you raise your price. Why would you block your profile? I don't even know why people do that. I see a lot of people do that. So if you raise your price, put it up to from $10 up to $20, only the new students will see that. Your existing students won't even know you've done it, which is great. The problem is, if you're working for a very, very low introductory price, like $2 or $3 or $5, something that's actually below your means, something you can't even work at for a longer term, you have to raise your price. Now you have to raise your price for the old students. Now I kept my introductory price, which was $10, for about a year. I didn't raise it at all. I raised it very, very slowly, or I raised it slowly to $15 and slowly up to $20 after about a year and a half. Then I started raising it quite quickly because things got out of control and I had to stop students booking. It got crazy. Okay, so I then made a decision to actually change my old students. I had these students for like a year and a half, and the problem is they started abusing my cheap, low price. So what they start doing is their parents just say, it doesn't matter, I'll book you for 15 classes a week. Get some stuff done with my son. Can you teach him everything, basically? Because apparently I was good quality, or I was just such a low price that they didn't care that if I was just babysitting their kids or actually getting stuff done. And that was a big problem for me professionally, because I had to make a decision, which was I wanted to be doing high-level mathematics. I wanted to be doing difficult, hard mathematics, because that's why I'm in this job. I'm in this job to get good at my profession, as well as teach people, help people, and get paid. So basically what happened, I got overloaded with people who weren't respecting the times. So they'd book the classes, not use them, not come to class, not get stuff done. And then I have this other big stack of students who wanted to pay me double the price or more than double the price, and they couldn't book any classes because I was full up with people who weren't using it properly. So I sat down and had a big old think, and I made a decision, which was I'm going to raise the prices up. And the idea was to cull my students, to get rid of some of them, because there's some guys, like I said, who weren't using the time effectively. So I wrote them a big email, well, a short explanatory email, and emailed it to everybody with 1 month's notice. I said, in 1 month, I'm going to raise my prices of all my students to $25 minimum. I had some guys who were paying $10. I was going to raise your price up to $25. Now that's a big shock. For a lot of students, I was hoping a lot of students couldn't do it, so they would actually drop out, and that would give me an excuse to take in new students of a higher cost. And it kind of worked. A lot of people just said, we're okay, we can pay the extra price. So it didn't really work. A lot of people just went up from $10 up to $25. Now I chose $25 because my other new students were paying $30 or $35, I think, for new classes. So I wanted something in between. I wanted something quite high. I had a lot of students who were paying $20, $22, $23 because I kept raising my price slowly for incoming students. I wanted those guys to say, oh yeah, like $2 or $3 more, no problem, we can pay that. I wanted these guys at the bottom. These guys at the bottom were paying $10. Those were guys who were abusing it, and they weren't really using that time effectively. So I wanted them to drop out or shape up. Like suddenly, I wrote them in the letter saying this. I said, look guys, we can use this time more effectively. What really happened was I wasn't sleeping enough. I was working 80 hours, 90-hour weeks, and I started missing classes and not caring because I just wasn't sleeping enough. I started missing classes, and I said, this is not professional. I don't want to keep doing this. To increase the quality of all your classes, I'm going to raise the price and hopefully work less hours. And everyone was very understanding. Everyone said, yeah, we can understand that. Like, it's a lot of people, like, a few people said, we're not going to continue the classes because we can't afford it, but we understand. We got kids, you have to work hard. for the highest price you possibly can. And they said, good luck. We're gonna find another tutor. Hopefully, I could actually take those guys and recommend them to another tutor. I got a few people working with me who are working quite low cost, who are very good English tutors and math tutors, and hopefully I can transplant them to these guys. That'd be great. So the actual process of changing it is really a pain. You have to go through every single student and change them one by one, and that's a real big pain. They have to cancel all their existing classes, or you have to cancel all their existing classes. Then you have to send them an email request that they'll change their price from your Preply profile. Then they have to confirm it. Then you have to rebook all those classes that you cancelled. I had like 100 students. I had to do that with 100 students. It was an administration nightmare. I asked Preply if there's any other way to do it. They said no. So I did it. And the thing is, every time you cancel a class, it damages your profile on the rankings. So I bit the bullet one day and did it. I gave these guys a month's notice, and some of them agreed straight away. We did them one by one, and they're okay about it. Some of them completely ignored me, and it was a bit of a difficult process, but it's a difficult process no matter how you do it. I would recommend doing it in stages, doing it slowly, see how it turns out. But it's an administration nightmare, and there's nothing good there's no good way around it. So unfortunately, what you have to do is email everybody one by one, talk to them about it, talk to their parents about it, the responsible adult, send them an email, give them lots of notice, and then change them up one by one. And then rebook them in so they don't miss. Actually, the rebooking bit was not so bad because they kind of do that automatically to get their classes back because they want that time. It wasn't that bad. That part, it's just having to email everybody and saying, hey guys, gonna change the price, I'm gonna cancel your classes, yada yada. So what I did was I talked to Preply first and said, look, I don't want to cancel 100 or 200 classes, but I have to in order to do this administration change. There's no way you can just change all your old students up to a new price, like a new discounted price, like a new standard price. You can't do that. You got to do them one by one, which is a pain. The other thing I really don't like about it is that you put all this administration onto your students, which I want to take care of, but I couldn't. So that's it. Good luck.